So What by Pink. It's going to sound something like this. Now you can put a few pinch harmonics in if you want to, but we're going to keep it straight, nice and smooth. And I'm going to take you first of all through our finger sequence. So you've got your PDF file in front of you. It's based from the F sharp minor pentatonic scale, the scale. For those that want to know the scale as well. And the riff is going to start in fret number 4, string number 4. Please notice my finger notation. In other words, I'm starting with finger 3. And the basic riff is finger 1 and finger 3. Middle finger, pinky are not going to be used. And they're going to be in groups. So we're going to look at the first 4 notes, which are going to sound. In slow motion, we're starting fret 4, fret 2, fret 4, all on the same 4th string, and then come down to fret number 2. Vibrato is optional on the 3rd string. So with me, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then there's a tiny gap, and you come back to fret 4, and you go, and it's just simply 4, 2 on the 4th string, and you finish with a single note on the 5th string, fret 4. So your rhythm is going to go like this. That's your rhythm you want to listen for. If you play it, you can hear that rhythm inside the note. That's the first part. Play it through with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the second part now is going to start off where you ended off the first phrase. In other words, keep finger 3 on the 5th fret of the 5th string, 4th fret. And you're going to go 4, 2, 4, 4. Watch it for the double 4. I noticed it caught some of the students out at lessons today. 4, 2, 4, 4. Tiny gap. And then finger 1 takes over, both in fret 2, jumping from the 5th string to the 6th string. So slow motion, the entire phrase would look and sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you need to do it 9 times in a row. Now I'm just going to zoom to get both left and right hand into the picture. And I want you to watch my picking hands movement as well, and then I'm going to focus in a bit more closely on that picking technique we're going to use. Okay, but first of all, I'm going to play it through 4 times in a row if you want to play it through with me, at more or less the correct speed necessary for the piece. 1, 2, 3, 4. 9 times, and you got the introduction. Now you'll notice over there my hand was doing this. It wasn't doing only downstrokes. So let's get a bit closer into the picking hand over here. You can get nice up and close and personal here. Nice psychedelic guitar. Just for those that might not know, Google George Harrison of the Beatles and Google George Harrison Stratocaster or George Harrison Fender, and you'll see one of these. Okay, just something different. Now, alternate your picking strokes. So you'll notice it down, up, down, up. That alternate strokes will help you keep your rhythm and get you much better, faster, more accurate picking techniques later. So please try and go into down, up, down, up. And on the pauses, that gap then will give you time to do 2 strokes in the same direction. So one more time again, you can see up close there. And then, so all the fast passages, you alternate your strokes, and if it's a slow passage, then you can do double down or double up, whichever's easier for you. But get into the habit of up and down fast strokes. That's your introduction taken care of. Now, next up, I'm first going to do the power chords, and then we can do the open chords as well, because this is quite a cool jam for power chords. I'm going to show you where they are. It will be on your PDF as well, but this is just to confirm. A5 starts off over here. I'm using finger 1 and pinky. you may use 1 and 3. And just one more time, fret 5, fret 7, top string, 5th string. Okay, I like the pinky like I said, and this is my A5. It should sound like this. The following chord, C sharp 5, is simply 1 back, 1 down. And the 5, when I say C sharp 5 or A5, the 5 means power chord. So whenever you see something 5, like B5 or whatever, 5 means power chord. Okay, this is my C sharp, nice and easy. Fret 4, fret 6, should sound like this. Next up, we're going to have F sharp 5. So you go down to fret 2, upper string. And now we're in frets 2 and fret 4. And we finish off with the D5, which is back to fret 5, but on the 5th string. In other words, it's underneath where we started A5. So D5 is 5 and 7, and if I want to go back to the beginning, A5 to loop it, bang, upper string like that. Very important on the picking side of E as well. Your first chord, your A5, that's your rhythm, slow motion, down, 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 up, down, up. Now you'll notice over here that when I'm strumming, I'm just going to zoom out a little bit, the A5, when I'm strumming the A5, I'm playing the top 2 strings, strings 6 and 5. So it's, now I've finished the first bar and I'm going to go to C sharp, like I said, 1 back, 1 down. You can see the movement there quite easily for that chord. And then instead of strumming from here, I now have to move down to the 5th string. So the combination there is, and the important thing over here is to keep track that when I change down, that's my A5, and I strum from here for my C sharp 5. When I go to F sharp 5, I come back to the 6th string again, and when I go down to the 5th for the D5, it's like that. So let's take it the whole way through. I'm going to try and get a bit more of an overview so you can play along and keep track where we are. I'm going to play it through twice in a row. It should actually be 4 times. I'm going to play it through twice just to get used to the power chord structure and the rhythm. And like I said, the rhythm is simply down, 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 just a lot faster. Should we take it together? 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's as simple as that. Now for those that don't want to play power chords or don't have an overdrive, I'm busy switching over to clear chords now, so my guitar is going to sound slightly differently. And I'm going to show you the basic chords now. And if you've got a friend to jam with and he's got an overdrive and you've got clear or vice versa, try and do a combination of the basic clear chords and the overdrive. It would sound really, really cool. There's your A. A would replace your A5. Your C sharp power chord now becomes C sharp minor, which will be on the PDF file. You can play it like this. You can see fret number 4, or you can bar chord it like this as well. So I'm not going to get too much into the detail of explaining where the fingers must go. You have got the diagrams. C sharp minor like this, or ideally as a bar chord. F sharp minor, we can do it like this, or ideally as a bar chord. Get a bit of an overview of the fingers over here. And then lastly, a normal D, unless you really want to go to the bar chord, or you can play the bar chord here as well. You've got choices. Okay, and to bring your strumming back into play, if I do the open chords, it's going to sound like this. So I'm tempted to say, maybe try and go for a combination of open chords and bar chords like I did. A is normal, C sharp minor is a bar chord, F sharp minor is a bar chord, and D back to normal, because it's a good exercise to get familiar with jumping from an open chord to a bar chord and back. Now, end of the day, I don't really mind if you do everything on bar chords. Got choice there, so we're not too fussy if you go bar chords only or a combination of open and bar chords combined. But either ways, you've got a really cool song. The nice thing with the song over here is that there's only two really sort of structures to the song. You're going to have the riff, which also sounds really cool and clear, and then you got your strumming, which, like we demonstrated, you can go for power chords too. Hope you enjoyed So What I'm a Rockstar by Pink. Any questions? You've got my details. Drop me a WhatsApp. Otherwise, have a cool week. Thank you.